Storytime friends. Let me get my camera all set. Hello, and thank you for joining me with the Rockbridge Regional Library Storytime Live. My name is Miss Wendy, and I am so glad to have you here today. It is Wednesday. I see blue skies. The wind is blowing. I think it's going to be a beautiful day. So let's get started with our hello song. So this is how it goes. We'll say hello, we'll salute to say hello, and then friends are our two fingers, and they're going to give each other a hug. And then it's time to say hello. And that's American Sign Language for this song, which is super cool. So let's do it together. We'll do it twice. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello again. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, my friends. It's time to say hello. Very good, very good. So this week, we are talking all about shadows and groundhogs. Groundhogs. Look at this guy. Or gal. There's a groundhog. Wow. They are related to squirrels, which is, I did not know that. So that's a groundhog. So next Tuesday, February 2nd, is Groundhog Day. What is Groundhog Day, you might ask? Well, it is a fun tradition we have where the groundhog comes out of the ground, and if he sees his shadow, that means 6 more weeks of winter. Oh, it's going to be cold for 6 more weeks. Or if he comes out of his little hole burrow and he does not see his shadow, it's a cloudy day, that means it's going to be an early spring, which would be lovely, wouldn't it? So on next Tuesday, February 2nd, we'll see what the groundhog tells us. So it's just a fun tradition, and yeah, keep an eye out for that. So shall we get ready to read? Are you ready for a story? I am. I'm ready for stories about groundhogs. So let's get going. Let me move my camera. All right. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. Okay, so if we were groundhogs, I think we would dig a burrow. So, if you're ready for a story, dig a burrow. All the way down. Okay. If you're ready for a story, dig a burrow. If you're ready for a story, dig a burrow. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, big a burrow, dig a burrow. Okay, now let's see, let's stretch a little bit. If you're ready for a story, do a stretch. I'm gonna go sideways today. Oh. If you're ready, if you're ready for a story, do a stretch. Oh, and that feels good. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, do a stretch. Okay, that feels good. All right, and finally, if you're ready for a story, do a twirl. If you're ready for a story, do a twirl. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, do a twirl. Woo! Okay, last one. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. Okay. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready a story, sit real still. Can you hold it there still? Oh, it's so hard. That's all I have. That's all I can do. Okay. Now, before we start reading, I like to also take 5 deep breaths. That just helps get the oxygen into my body and helps my mind get ready to listen and learn. Okay, so we'll put our first finger and thumb together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Middle finger and thumb. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Ring finger and thumb. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Pinky and thumb. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And thumbs up because you hope the groundhog does not see his shadow. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm a little mixed. I kind of could have winter go a little bit longer. We haven't had a proper snow. So anyway, so let's get to our first book about groundhogs. Now this one, this one is fun. This one is called Groundhog's Runaway Shadow. And this is by David Biedrzycki. Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at these characters. And this comes to us from Charlesbridge Publishing. Okay. All right, they're going somewhere. The only thing that could keep up with little Phil Groundhog was his shadow. No matter how fast he ran or how high he jumped, his shadow followed his every move. When he laughed or he cried, his shadow was always right there beside him. Even when Phil felt small, his shadow could make him feel bigger. Pretty hippos out walking with the gorillas down the street, is what he's saying. Maybe. But everyone grows up. Even groundhogs and their shadows. Look, he graduated. Good job, Groundhog. Grown-up groundhogs are expected to act a certain way, but Phil's shadow had other plans. Oh. Phil's idea of the perfect vacation was taking the bus to a local beach. Shadow dreamed of visiting faraway places, like Italy and New York and Egypt. Phil loved scary movies. Shadow, not so much. Phil enjoyed eating dandelions, clover, and tree bark. Shadow craved something spicy. A taco. Good call. Phil liked to be on time. Shadow liked to stop and smell the roses. At first, Phil found Shadow's behavior amusing, but a little off-key. Phil's friends found it amazing and a little gross. Burp. Shadow's burping. But soon it got annoying. And then downright embarrassing. P.U. Phil had had enough. Why can't you be like other shadows? I wish you would just go away. Ooh. Shadow was crushed. He got angry. But then he thought about it. Phil said he should go away, and he had always wanted to travel. So that night, oh, looks like he's got his bags, and the Shadow's headed out. And the next morning, where is he? Oh, he's up there. And a couple of days after, there he is on the bus. But look, there's the Eiffel Tower. And into the following week, oh, he's in Egypt now. Look at that huge shadow on the pyramids. That's exactly what he did. Back at home, Phil tried everything to find his shadow. Oh, shadow, where are you. He posted signs. Lost. Have you seen my shadow? If found, keep shadow out of the shade and call 555-5555 immediately. He used the newspaper. Groundhog seeks shadow. Fun-loving homebody Groundhog is looking for lost shadow. Please come back, shadow, so we can hibernate together. I promise things will be different. Then he saw his shadow making the news. Look at him. He's at the base of the Eiffel Tower. Mysterious shadow seen at the Eiffel Tower. Without him. Making news without him. Shadow meets the Queen. Shadow rocks the White House. Shadow to star in movie. Suddenly, Phil's life seemed really dull. He longed to be exploring with Shadow. Halfway around the world, Shadow realized something. He was missing. He had no one to share his adventures with. Everybody has their shadows, but he doesn't have his person. The thought of searching for Shadow scared Phil silly. He'd have to travel far and wide. But the next morning, and a couple of days after that, and into the following week, that's exactly what he did. Not looking for a shadow. He searched. Look, there he is. Empire State Building. Shadow. And searched. Shadow. 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 Echo. And searched. Shadow. Leaning Tower of Pisa. And searched some more. Shadow. Finally, when he could search no longer, he had an idea. What's in his box? Oh, looks like an instrument. Click. He began to play. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And when he did, he heard somebody gently accompanying him. The two friends played together, this time in perfect harmony. And the next morning and a couple of days later, and forever after, that's exactly what they did. Shadow! Except sometimes on February 2nd. Oh, he didn't see a shadow. Early spring. Excellent. There it goes. Oh, shadow's out of there. So that's a fun book about groundhogs and shadows. Well, I'm glad he found his shadow, even if it goes away on February 2nd. So, friends, I was thinking, talking about shadows, that it might be fun to see if you can figure out what animal it is by their shadow. So I have some animal shadows. Technically, they're silhouettes, but we're going to call them shadows. Let's see if you can figure out what animals they are. Okay. So I'll put my camera down. Okay, let's see. Tell me if you can figure out what this shadow is. There's one. That's right, it's an elephant. Very good. Okay, now let's see if you can get the next one. This one's a little harder. What is it? Oh, can you figure it out? I said earlier today that he is Groundhog is related to this animal. It's a squirrel. That's right. Very good. Okay, next one. See if you can figure out whose shadow this is. Can you figure it out? That's right. It's a bear. Good job. Okay, here comes another one. This one might be my favorite. All right. Ooh, what's that? It's a skunk. P.U. That's right. Okay, good job. All right, here comes another one. What is this shadow? Can you tell what that one is? It's a seal. That's right. Very good, you guys. Very good. Okay, two more. Here's the next one. Which one is that? Oh, look at that one. It's It's a bunny. A bunny shadow. That's right. Very good. Okay, last one. Here's an important one. What is that? That little guy right there, that's a groundhog. Yay! We had to have a groundhog shadow. Excellent. You guys did great. We have a seal, an elephant, a squirrel, a bear, a skunk, a bunny, and a groundhog. Excellent. Excellent, my friends. Okay, let's read another book. Okay, this is called Go to Sleep, Groundhog. It's by Judy Cox and illustrated by Paul Meisel. And this is published by Holiday House out of New York. Reading a book, How to Hibernate. Oh, look at that. Groundhog went to bed on Columbus Day, just like he always did. He brushed his teeth. He put on his jammies. He set his clock for February 2nd. That's next Tuesday. Then he curled up in his warm and cozy bed. Good night, Groundhog. He's hibernating from October to February. He closed his eyes and tossed and turned, but he couldn't get to sleep. Do you ever feel that way? I do. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 October. Groundhog poked his nose outside his burrow. The moon was full. I'll just go for a little walk, he said. Maybe that will make me sleepy. So here he comes. Oops. Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Raggedy old scarecrows grinning, jack-o'-lanterns, children dressed up like pirates and cowboys and princesses. What do you think he's coming upon? That's right, Halloween. What? Halloween witch flew down. What are you doing up? She said. It's almost winter. You should be in bed. Witch flew Groundhog home on her broomstick. She tucked him in and read him a ghost story. She gave him a glass of apple cider. Oh, he's trying to sleep. Groundhog curled up in his warm, cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He tossed and turned, but he could not get to sleep. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 November. He poked his nose outside his burrow. The leaves were red and yellow. I'll just go for a little walk, he said. Maybe that will make me sleepy. There's that little mouse. Oh, he's got an acorn. Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Tall yellow corn shocks and round orange pumpkins. Turkeys gobbling in the barnyard. There they are. And what are you doing up? Turkey said. It's almost winter. You should be in bed, and I should be making myself scarce. Turkey took Groundhog home. He tucked him in. He read him a story about pilgrims. He gave him a slice of pumpkin pie. There he is, trying to sleep. Groundhog curled up in his cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He tossed and he turned, but he could not get to sleep. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 December. Groundhog poked his nose outside his burrow. Stars twinkled overhead. I'll just go for a little walk, he said. Maybe that will make me sleepy. Oh. Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Colored lights glowing on some houses, candles shining in the windows, holly wreaths hanging on doors. He heard sleigh bells chiming in the air. Oh, Santa flew down his sleigh. What are you doing up? Santa said, it's winter. You should be in bed. Santa took Groundhog home in his sleigh. He tucked him in. He read him a Christmas story. He gave him a glass of milk and a cookie. Groundhog curled up in his warm and cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He didn't toss and he didn't turn. And soon he fell asleep. Groundhog opened his eye. It can't be time to get up yet, he grumbled. I just got to sleep. He peered at his clock. February 2nd. Groundhog yawned. It's stretched. He tumbled out of his burrow, snow glittering on the ground. The sun was out, and the sky was blue. Okay, so if the sun is out and the sky is blue, do you think he will see his shadow? That's right, he probably will. Oh, Groundhog saw his shadow. What am I doing up, he said. There are 6 more weeks of winter coming. I should be in bed. He hurried back inside. He ate a bedtime snack. He read himself a bedtime story, then tucked himself into his warm, cozy bed. And he pulled up the covers, closed his eyes, and went to sleep. All right. Well, I guess for this groundhog, it's 6 more weeks of winter. So we'll see what our local groundhog will say next Tuesday on Groundhog Day. So I think it's a good time for us to sing a song about groundhogs. Yes, I have a song about groundhogs. So, and here's a groundhog once again for you. All right, so here's how it goes. It sounds like I'm a little teapot, and I know you know that one. So I'll do it once, and then you can join me and do it together. Okay, here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3. I'm a little groundhog sleeping in my hole. Will I see my shadow? Only I will know. If I see my shadow, more winter it will be. More cold and snowy days for you and me. Very good. Okay, let's try it again together. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm a little groundhog sleeping in my hole. Will I see my shadow? Only I will know. If I see my shadow, more winter it will be. More cold and snowy days for you and me. Very good. That's a really fun song. See if you can sing it on February 2nd, next Tuesday. Okay, my friends, I have one more book, and this one is very sweet, and it's called, sorry about that, it's called Groundhug Day. Groundhug Day. And it's written by Anne Marie Pace and illustrated by Christopher Denise. This looks like, yeah, February, so it's coming on Valentine's Day, too. And this is brought to us by Disney Hyperion Publishers. Well, there he is in his den. Oh, that's beautiful. Valentine's Day was only 2 weeks away, and Moose was planning a grand party. You need Valentine balloons, said Squirrel, and Valentine cards, said Bunny. And don't forget the Valentine hugs, pointed out Porcupine. Everyone has to come to my party, said Moose. Uh-oh, that's a problem. What's a problem? Moose asked. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day, Bunny said. If Groundhog sees his shadow, he'll go back into his hole for 6 more weeks. He won't be able to be awake on February 14th. Good point, Moose said. If we stop him from seeing his shadow, then he can come to my party. "I've got it," said Squirrel. "I'll sneak into his hole, and I'll change his calendar so he won't know it's February 2nd. "Your chattering will wake him up," said Porcupine. "I'll blindfold him when he comes out." There's his plan. "Your quills might poke him in the eye," said Bunny. "I'll put up a tent over his hole." "He'll know he's not outside," said Moose. "I'll sit on his hole so he can't come out at all." Calendar, Moose, blindfold, Moose, tent, Moose, bellowed Moose. They can't decide. The animals bickered all night long. They didn't notice the black sky turning gray. They didn't notice the pink light of the morning creeping over the hills. And they didn't notice Groundhog's nose twitching at the entrance of his hole. Until it was too late. There it is. He sees his shadow. The animals watched helplessly as Groundhog dove back into his hole. "Wait!" Moose thundered. Groundhog's muffled voice barely reached the surface. "I need to stay down here. There are shadows all over the place." Moose was puzzled. "Groundhog, are you afraid? Is that why you go back into your hole?" "You could say that," Groundhog called. "I didn't realize Groundhog was afraid of shadows," said Squirrel. "Me neither," said Porcupine. "Shadows aren't scary," said Bunny. "They're scary to Groundhog," Moose said. And the animals quietly sat thinking. I'll show you how. Did I miss a page? Yep, I did. "Hey, Groundhog," Moose finally said. "What if we showed you just how awesome shadows are? I'll show you the way the leaves blowing in the wind make shadows dance. I'll show you how to draw silhouettes." That's what we were just looking at. "I'll show you how clouds cast shadows on the hills," said Squirrel. "I want to show Groundhog my shadow puppets," said Porcupine. "Dancing shadows," Moose said. "Cloud shadows," Squirrel said. "Silhouettes," Bunny said. "Shadow puppets," said Porcupine. "Wait," said Groundhog. He eased out of his hole. "Can't we do all of them? They all sound fun." The animals spent the day showing Groundhog all the amazing shadows they could discover and create. Cool. And they were all fun, especially Porcupine's shadow puppets. "It's a comb. It's a feather. It's a buzzsaw. It's sunshine." It's good guesses. Finally, late that night, "What a wonderful day," Groundhog said. "But I really do have to go back to my hole now," he shivered. 6 more weeks until winter, you know." Oops. "But you're not afraid of shadows anymore," Moose protested. "Now you don't have to miss my Valentine's party." "I may not be afraid," Groundhog said, "but it is cold up here." "But there aren't any balloons in your hole," said Squirrel. "Or Valentine cards," said Bunny. "Or Valentine hugs," said Porcupine pointedly. "Nope. But my hole is warm," said Groundhog. He looked at his disappointed friends. "We can at least have hugs before I go. Groundhugs all around, with a special Groundhog Day nose kiss for you, Porcupine. That works for me. Happy Groundhug Day, said Porcupine. 6 weeks later, Groundhog emerged from his den just in time to don a green hat. Let's have a St. Patrick's Day parade, he hollered. We're all here. All but Bunny. Squirrel reminded Groundhog. Where's Bunny? Groundhog asked. Oh, you know Bunny, Moose said. He's always up, all held up this time of year. Yes, Bunny's getting busy. Bunny has things to do. Look at that. And look at, oh, looks like he has been busy. All of those things are coming up this year. So much to be excited about. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed learning and reading about groundhogs and shadows. So, until tomorrow, don't forget to wash your hands. We have to remember to keep washing our hands, friends. Okay, so let's do tops and bottoms twice, just to remind ourselves. 1, 2, 3. Tops and bottoms, in between, in between. Rub them all together, now they're clean, squeaky clean. Again, tops and bottoms, in between, in between. Rub them all together, now they're clean, squeaky clean. And now you can go have your snack because you've washed your hands. Okay, until tomorrow, where we will learn more about groundhogs and we will check out some other silhouettes and shadows. So please join me tomorrow, Thursday at 10:30. And until then, I will see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile, give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See ya soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Have a great day. Bye.